Yo, what's going on guys? My name's Jay Fanta and welcome to another video. Today we are doing 5 tips and tricks for Dokkan Battle number 2, since you guys killed it with the first one, with it being the first video on the channel hitting over 1,000 views. So if you haven't seen it already, make sure you go check it out. Link will be in the description or in the top right if you click on the info icon. But anyway, it did take some time to find 5 more tips and tricks for you guys. So if you do have any tips and tricks that you know and you'd like to share it, make sure you do comment it down below. And I might feature you in the 3rd tips and tricks video if I ever do another one. But as always, disclaimer, these tips and tricks you may already know, but I am hoping that you do come out of this video knowing a bit more about Dokkan Battle. Without further ado though, let's get into the tips and tricks. So the first tip is about the dupe system. If you don't know what this is, it's pretty much a skill tree for your characters that can become TUR or above. With it already being released and around the corner for global, I might as well give you this simple tip for you guys if you don't know much about it. Pretty much you get certain orbs from certain events where you use those orbs to increase your character's stats and give it certain abilities such as critical hits or an additional attack. Now in the last tips and tricks video, I talked about increasing your character's super attack using duplicate characters. You want to scratch that now and pretty much save 4 duplicates of the exact same cards for the skill tree, since it does have more advantages than just increasing a super attack multiplier. And anyway, there are many different ways to increase a character's super attack, such as Elder Kai's, or using a card with the same name but not the exact same card, but with a lower chance of increasing it. So there is tip number 1. Just pretty much save your duplicates for the skill tree. For the second tip that I have for you guys, I'm pretty much going to explain how to beat every single Super Strike event for both Global and JP. Pretty much you want to bring the advantage type team. So if you don't know which type beats what, it's pretty much the color wheel on the top right of every single battle you do in Dokkan Battle. So make sure you familiarize yourself with that. But then the second part to that, you have to bring a god lead of that type. So if it's an in type, you bring Buhan, physical you bring Brawly, AGL you bring Super Vegito, strength you bring Omega Shenron, and then for the tech type teams you want to bring Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. But if you are just starting out with a very weak team, I recommend you just do the first stage of every single Super Strike event and getting all the super attack levels of those cards so that you can awaken the Super Strike versions of them to Super Attack level 15. If you don't know how to do that, it is in part 1. And then once you have all the Super Strike cards in their non-Super Strike forms, then you try to attempt to beat the Super Strike events, if that makes sense. So that's a little guide for you guys on how to beat every single Super Strike event. Coming in for tip number 3, we are talking about the infamous website known as DokkanStats.com. If you don't know what this is, it's pretty much a statistics on all the summoning banners that have happened in both Global and JP Dokkan Battle. So if you're trying to decide which banner to summon and very cautious about your Dragon Stones, pretty much go check out this website, not sponsored at all. We'll give you all the percentage rates for all SSRs and the featured SSRs that appear on that banner. I would say if the SSR rate is over 10%, that is a very good banner to summon on. Anything under 7%, I would definitely not recommend. But anyway, that's just a quick tip for number 3. So moving on to the next tip, we are talking about the super and extreme type that appears when you Z awaken a character. Now if you don't know, if a character has an extreme type, it pretty much means they are a villain. And if they have super on their type, it will mean they are a hero. Not only do you get an increase in stats when you Z awaken a character, but what's also interesting is that if you use an extreme type character up against a super character in any battle, they will get an increased damage, which also happens vice versa. So if you use a super character up against an extreme character, you will also do more damage. Now I don't know if that applies to the enemy, so if the enemy attacks you and they are the opposite type, but it does say on Dokkan that there is an increase in damage of some sort. I don't know what the percentage is, but I guess it's just something interesting to know when making your team when you're versing a certain event. So that's tip number 4. So for the last and final tip, I'm going to explain how to get LR Piccolo very easily. If you don't know how to get LR Piccolo in general, you pretty much have to attend the World Tournament that happens pretty much monthly unless Dokkan Battle postpones it. And when you do the world tournament, you gotta be the top 100 in your local rank. Your local rank is pretty much your rank against 300 people that joined the world tournament the same time as you. So to get top 100 very easily, all you have to do is wait 2 to 3 days into the world tournament, depending on how long the world tournament actually is. But that's only if you want to get the win and point rewards as well. If you are just focusing on the LR Piccolo itself and nothing else, no Dragon Stones, no DB Saga summon tickets or SSR guaranteed tickets, just join the world tournament 30 minutes before it ends and you should get very easily top 20 at least. So anyway, that is the 5 tips and tricks that I have for you guys. If any of these tips helped you in any way, make sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, remember to comment down below if you have any other tips that you'd like to share and maybe be featured in the third part of this series if we ever do so. But as always, thank you guys for watching. It's been JFanta and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay fizzy, peace out.